Thank you for viewing this video, which is a summary of the data that we presented virtually last weekend on February 24th, 2022 at the ACTRIMS Multiple Sclerosis meetings in Florida. The poster represents the efforts of the team at FBB Biomed, the University of Iowa, and the Goethe University in Frankfurt, Germany. You can download the PDF of this poster by clicking Download 2022 Abstract button. The title represents the original abstract written in November of last year, showing the first initial success of a pilot study referred to as Batch 1. The details can be found in the poster download. I would like to focus on figures 1A and 1B. With the success of the pilot study, a second pilot study was designed that would repeat Batch 1's workflow with newly diagnosed first visit patients referred to as Batch 2. We wanted to run the second batch with conditions that we felt would not influence the ability to separate the different groups from each other. In Batch 1, we ran it on an Illumina NextSeq 500, 80 base pairs, and used a salmon aligner. The second batch, we used a different sequencer, the Illumina NovaSeq 6000, 150 base pair reads, and this time we aligned it to the entire human genome using the BWA alignment tool. We felt that these conditions should not change the ability to separate these groups in the normal control and the normal controls. You can see that we can select 9 motifs, short sequences, when counted and normalized to 10 million. Here in Batch 1, you can see that there's 9 motifs. The best separation was with motif 4. There is no reads or hardly any reads per 10 million in the normal group. However, you can see the nice standard deviations, tight standard deviations of MS versus normal, MS versus mild cognitive impairment or Alzheimer's disease, and you can see the difference here with Parkinson's disease. These are all 3 patients each. We decided then, given the wide variation of ALS, that we would study that at a later time to pick motifs for that. So we repeated this with 7 new patients first visit, and this time we aligned it to the human genome. Now you can see we're getting reads in the normals and of wide variations amongst the groups. The only group that showed statistical separation was patients with Parkinson's. Here's 7, 7, and 7 patients compared to 7, 7 in each of these groups. And here you can see that it's much lower than the other groups. So what is the significance of this data? Here we propose a lab workflow. And you can see here that we've done our collections in packaging tubes because they stabilize the RNA the best. We need to find out, can we do that with plasma versus serum, since it's more cost effective and we can have access to more blood banked samples. And we also in phase 1 need to compare all the different alignment tools, because one of the takeaway messages for us in this study was that the alignment tool is critical on how you can start counting motifs. Once we sign off on that, we'll start our second phase, a clinical study of at least 1,000 samples, males versus females, diverse geographical sites, ethnicity, urban versus rural, commonly misdiagnosed cases like frequent migraines or patients suffering from Lyme disease. And so we want to thank the Iowa Economic Development Authority for giving us a grant to buy these samples, and from FBB Biomed, who also co-sponsored this study. And this study, the objective that we had when we started this company is that we wanted to build a test that can tell the health of one's RNA system. Because one person, and then build our objective of one life, one test. And the one person that was not on this study but has helped me with the development of my thoughts on how we could go about building something like this that would have enormous clinical utility patients is my friend who just passed away 2 weeks ago. Professor Luc Montagnier, Nobel Prize winner for the co-discovery of HIV-1, the AIDS virus, and I have always talked about the cofactors in AIDS, the cofactors in Lyme disease, the cofactors in so many different things. And we finally now can boil and articulate that down to the cofactors are the health of our RNA system. So with that, I say thank you, and please contact us through our website if you would like further information.